Okay, everyone. So we are trying to go live. So
it didn't work too well.
It didn't work the last time. So click or give us a thumbs up. I just want to make sure that we are doing it right. So again,
I'm checking right now on mine.
In order to kill in video marketing, you guys, you don't have to be tech savvy because obviously we are not.
We're trying our hardest.
We try our best, and it just takes time. Like we always say you just have to. Oh, I think we are live. Look, I see us.
Oh, all right.
See? Oh, and thumbs up.
It's a win, Lori.
That's it. Thanks for joining. No, just kidding. But, I just think you have to just do it. Like, I could sit here forever and sit there and work myself up of, like last time we went live, and if you guys joined us live a week or two ago, whatever that was, they were like, we really can't see you. So, but we tried it, right? And so I think that's the thing, that the beauty of video marketing is that you have to just try it, get out there. Your heart may be beating a little bit. Maybe that's your adrenaline rush, but you have to just get out there, put yourself out there and try it. And then you will see the benefits of it for sure. So I'm gonna let Kayleen take over because I'm just happy it's working.
We are not like scripted type people, but Lori and I struggle with we call it spider webbing. And so I'm just going to, we have kind of an outline to try to keep us on track. But anything that we're talking about that you have, we want to go live because we want it to be interactive. So if you have any specific questions about what we're talking about, or please explain, just go ahead and comment below. We can see it, and then we can address that with you guys. But
yeah. Did you see our last comment? Not CB Spiderweb. Did you see our last comment on one of our YouTube videos?
No.
The lady was like, I love you ladies. You're so great. I watch you every day. But when you guys talk a lot, you seem to talk over each other and it's hard for the listener. And I was like, yeah, we do talk a lot.
My husband says we do that.
I know, we do that.
You guys talk over each other.
We do.
Sorry, guys.
We're kind of like sisters.
We'll try. Okay. We'll try to be better at talking over each other.
We know you guys are here for the top video titles, so I'm going to let Kayleen take over. I'm going to jump in and show you that. So we wanted
to, just go ahead and wave at us, drop an emoji, whatever. We just want you all to know that this is like an interactive platform. We want to make sure everybody's doing well. Here in Colorado today, how many inches of snow do you think we have? Probably 5, 6 inches. It's coming down, and just Tuesday it was 70 degrees and beautiful. So we're adjusting. We had late start days with school and whatnot.
I know. Every time Kayla and I plan a live, our kids have off school.
We're like, okay, let's just go.
I'm like, what?
So we wanted to just come on here. We're going to do tidbits here. We're going to do Facebook Lives every week. So I just want you to understand what we're going to be doing. So if any of you want to have a social media presence that is better than where you're at now, and I'm talking Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, anywhere, if you want to up your game, then you're going to want to stay tuned to these tidbits of information, because we are going to be giving you very hands-on and logistical things that'll help you accomplish those goals.
I think we should call it tidbits with Lori and Kayleen.
Tidbits.
Yeah.
All right.
So I would just say, having that social media presence is going to double your real estate business. How many of you guys want to double your real estate business? How many of you guys want clients who are calling you, messaging you, begging you to work with you? Yeah, exactly. Pretty much everyone on this call. And that's what we've done. And we'll show you our back end and what that looks like. But clients literally reach out to us every day wanting to work with us. And in real estate, when you are doing your sales presentation, begging people to work with you, it doesn't feel really good. So if you want your clients that are calling you wanting to work with you, we're going to show you how to do that.
Yep. So what we're going to do today, we're going to walk you through our step-by-step formula. And the reason why we know this works is because we have done this over the last 3 years. We started out our very first year, did 12 transactions. We over doubled it the second year. We're on the third year. We doubled it from the year before, and now we're on track to double that. So if you we'll do the numbers with you a little bit later on, but it really is a step-by-step formula that we have used and now documented and put into a course to help you learn how to take that video marketing and utilize it into direct real estate leads that will grow and multiply your business. We're going to talk about that. At one point, I'm going to hand it over to Lori, Lori will, walk you through the very logistical steps. And then we're going to take about the last 5 minutes of this. And we actually have, we'd like to invite you to be able to partner with us. So over at our brokerage, we do have the opportunity to partner with agents. Literally, we have a vested interest in you and what you do. Don't worry, just take the information that we're going to give for you, take and run with it. If you do want to know more about how to partner with us, then you will want to stay tuned for just that last 5 minutes. So
we're going to get all done in 30 minutes because we value your time and we know you got things going on as a real estate agent. So we're going to get to that, the tidbits here in a second.
So Lori and I did think that it was important, to share our story with you. So Lori and I, we were moms. We worked together at a school. We decided that we were sick of sitting at our day job. We were just kind of over the monotony. We knew that we could do more. And so we decided to go in real estate together. Our first year in real estate, we knew from day one, Lori used to run online businesses, and she knew that, we had to have a social media presence, a digital footprint. And so, we started there. We were blogging and all over Instagram and whatnot. We did fine. That first year in real estate business, which we didn't even get our license till like March.
No.
And so really first 9 months, we did do 12 transactions, which is what our goal was. We felt like we did very well with that. We quickly knew that we had to step up our game. And so, by this time we had moved over to Keller Williams, which we moved over there because of all of the technology. And it seemed like all of the newer and higher performing agents with groups were down at this particular franchise here in Colorado Springs. And so we thought, you know what, it's up and coming, it's innovative, we want to be surrounded by those people. So we moved over there. And to be honest, like there was no extra incentive. Like they asked us to teach some courses. Everybody just kind of took their own teams and they would break off and go into their little area of the office. And it was still just Lori and I doing our work together, which is fine. That's how we liked it. But, we started diving into Facebook ads and Instagram ads and, all these different kinds of social media. We started doing video marketing, and that was a game changer for us. And so by the end of that second full year in real estate, we over doubled our business. We closed out the year at 33 transactions that year. We felt like we were accomplished, but to be honest with you, we had ran ourselves ragged. Like you're always just trying out new technology and did this work? Does this stick? Do we need to cancel that? Like it's a lot of work. We were door knocking. We did everything, doing anything we could to make it happen. And so although we met our goal for the year and actually exceeded our goal for the year, we were just like, all right, how is this going to be sustainable? I'm exhausted. And we only closed 33. And we were comparing ourselves to other people in those offices that were closing a lot of transactions, way more than we were. So we said there has to be a better way to do this. We started listening to podcasts, and I'll never forget that. It was kind of this time of year, well, a little bit earlier, like January, February, and we said, Lori came to me and she said, I heard this podcast and we're going to try YouTube. And I said,
I always have lots of good ideas.
YouTube? Okay. All right. I always just buy into whatever she says.
Yeah.
And so we sat down and did our homework on what we needed to do to create a YouTube channel that would be searchable and actually beneficial, because long content takes some time. And so we did our research. We started our YouTube channel. We were consistent. We had always been consistent with our video marketing, but this was different. By the third week in, we literally started getting phone calls from our YouTube channel. And the biggest difference for me, because I kind of am like Lori does a lot of heads up all the marketing, the logistics that way. And then I'm the one that like works with these leads. I'd be like, those click leads, like they just take so much effort. We have to send them to a credit company, all of those things. These leads coming in for YouTube, they already know who we were. And they were excited to work with us. Like we already had them. We just had to help them navigate their move over here to Colorado Springs. So completely different type of client right there. And I know you've heard us say that before. What we did though in that year, and I don't think Lori and I even knew, of course our projections were, hey, let's do 52 transactions this year. We beat that goal. We closed out the year at over 50 million in total volume, and our client, not only the amount of leads we were getting, but the quality of leads and quality, also their price point had jumped up. So we were like, this is our bread and butter. We're perfecting this. And so what we've done is we've taken, and we believe in YouTube and long content video marketing so much that we've created a platform to be able to show other agents how to do, we struggled. We tried out so many different technology pieces. I'm sure our bank account still has some things coming out of it that, systems that we don't even use anymore. We're trying to, wrap that all up. But what we do now is we take that long content, we strip it down, and we put it all over different social media platforms. We know that video marketing is the key to branding yourself. And when you're competing, against 5,000 other agents in your market, you want to make sure that people know who you are, and they want to use you. You'll attract the like people. So, without further ado, I think we should get into the guts of guts of why you guys signed up. So I think Lori has topics for us, and she's the more logistics.
Yeah, I'll share a little bit of our screen, a little bit of our back end with you guys. So we're going to go over, as we promised you, the top videos you need to shoot this year. But I promise you guys, I know you guys have been thinking this before, but actually following through with this system, you're going to have success. I promise you. I think a lot of people have, just tried to go out on their own and do things here and there and dabble in it. But, Kaylee and I have created a community of agents supporting each other, mentoring each other. I always say never go it alone. Video marketing and real estate can be fun. I think sometimes it doesn't feel fun, but if you have the right people surrounding you and you have the right systems in place, it can be fun, and it can be possible, and it can change your lives and your family's lives.
Community, it keeps it innovative. You have those conversations with other people who are doing the same thing, and you get their perspective on what's working and what's not working.
Right. So how many of you guys have done video before? Maybe just drop a comment below or give me a thumbs up if you've tried that video before. And some people, I think about when we do these lives, and we're going to do them once a week, and just to start going over some of those tidbits that we do share and what that looks like. So how many of you guys have used video before? I'm just kind of curious. Some people maybe have established channels or established Instagram accounts, and we're going to kind of go over maybe where to start today and what that looks like. So here, if we look into here, I just wanted to kind of show you our top 10 videos. So I think it's really important that when you guys are starting to do video, that you guys start to look at it. And this is in our files and our guides in our Facebook group. When you guys start doing video, what you need to think about it from the viewer's perspective. All right. So I think a lot of us get into oh, my city is great. We have a great zoo. We have a great burger restaurant. So when someone's going to move to your city, I guarantee you, if I'm thinking of leaving Colorado and moving to, Nevada, I am not going to Google or type in a search engine, what's the best burger joint in Nevada? That is not where my pain point is, right? So what is the pain point of your viewer? Who are you trying to reach? And so whether that's sellers in this market, what would they be on YouTube? What would they be on Instagram hashtagging? I think we think of it as, oh, we need to do market snapshots. Well, then we need to show them our latest home that we have listed. We need to show them, like I said, the latest best restaurant. That is not what they're searching. And so can you guys hear us? Someone said they can't hear, so I'm hoping other people can hear us and I'm not talking to myself, which I have been known to do as my children. But if you can't hear it, please let us know. So I think when you think about it from a YouTube perspective, or like I said, at Google, what are they searching? And YouTube and Google own each other, if that makes sense. So they can, it's a great engine to get into because Google's one of the largest search platforms in the world, and they own YouTube. Okay, so you can hear now, good. So the pros and cons of living, that's what Kaylee and I started. What's the good, the bad, the ugly? People want an honest perspective of what you are
And even
doing.
If you're saying the cons, say you live in Phoenix, Arizona, and like you just stay indoors for certain months of the year because it's extremely hot. Because you're pointing it out it will not distract that buyer. I was trying to come up with the right word, from moving to the area. It's obvious, but it is like one of those pain points that they're going to relate with. You just weigh out and it's totally your perspective. Like, I would not Google these titles and do your research. I would just go off of what are the pros and cons from my perspective of living in the market that you're in.
So, I mean, right here, you can access all this in our group, or you can text us and we can send you a copy of it. Our number is there. Well, that's our business number, but you can text that number or our 367-6880 number and you'll reach one of us. But, pros and cons, 5 things you must know before living, cost of living, 7 reasons not to live, and be honest. Top neighborhoods, a full vlog tour. Kayleen and I have gone through our city, but people watch it all the time. And I see some other questions coming up in here, and we'll get to those in a little bit. As far as those suggestions go for hooks.
So I'm the hook girl. I'm the hooker.
We're going to talk about now. She's the hookers and talk. All right, go ahead.
So
give them your...
You definitely want a flow to your videos. And what you want to do is you want to have, old school, like that snappy start or that hook that brings you in. There's really no magic sauce, and there's people that are better at it than other. And I would say I am not the best one for a hook. But what you have to do is you have to acknowledge the reason why they clicked on that link. So if they clicked on a video that was titled, 5 things you must know before you move to the Colorado Springs area, you want to acknowledge that you're going to answer that question.
And do it fast. I think, now with our attention span of everybody, we have about 3 seconds to hook them in, is to give them the information they came for. And a lot of times, part of that, science behind that is also hooking them, YouTube is going to want them to stay on for long. So stay tuned to the very end. This is Kayleen's worst thing about living in Colorado Springs. You're not going to want to miss it. It'll change your view of Colorado Springs. And what does that do right there? That tells the viewer, oh, I better stay on to the end. And it's just like one of those FOMO things. They don't want to
miss out. Yeah. Well, and a hook can be as easy as, so you clicked on this link because you want to know the 5 things that, but that you have to know before moving to Colorado Springs. Or it can be more like a storytelling. People love stories. They relate to stories. So you can even do it from that perspective. If you've, only lived in your city for a few years and you remember, you could say something like, I moved here only 3 years ago, and I remember going through this process, and my husband was devastated when he found out that, this really wasn't what it was all cracked up to be. There's 5 things that we came across when moving here that I wish I would have known before, and I'm going to get to that. The one from my husband's perspective is going to be at the very end. You don't want to miss that. Yeah. So whatever, your storytelling style is, but it can also be as simple as just explaining and reiterating to them why they clicked on the link. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, and I think just being authentic during that time period, and we'll get to the next question here in a second, and try to stay on task a little bit, but is, be authentic. I think sometimes we think we have to be scripted, or we think we have to be a certain persona, but the feedback that we get from our clients that, who are calling in us and reaching out to us is that they're like, we love you ladies. You just seem real genuine. You seem real. You have kids. Like, we're not going to portray the young, they do. Remember that one? A couple people reached out and they were like in their young 20s, and they were asking me like the latest place to hang out. And I was like, gosh, I don't know.
She's like,
I'm like, but most of the time, they relate to us because we're real, and they really see our lives here in Colorado Springs, and they want that, more and more these days, they want a real authentic relationship with somebody. The question is, do you have mini videos that you mash together to make longer videos of the city? Yes, absolutely. So Kayleen and we just have our our iPhone. I mean, we've bought fancy cameras. We bought GoPros. We always just go back to, we have the latest iPhone camera with that cinematic feature. It's amazing. So we did invest in that, but we just go out and we film, and we have done it by ourselves too. So if you're by yourself, you're like, I don't have another partner.
And you can buy like tripods for your
Yep.
car. I mean, we have, like Lori said, we've bought the dash cams and we've bought the GoPros and all this. And we always go back, like the dash cam will give you good quality footage. And so we have used that for some of our vlog tours just because it's more steady.
Yeah.
Like if you put your phone on the tripod, like on your dash, sometimes it'll be like, it's not the best
It's
quality.
a real experience. Whatever.
And so the dash cams, I do definitely think help with the vlogs, but everything else we use the iPhone.
We usually do like a quick call for action, right? To hook them in, the hooker. And
so
then
we film the hooker.
And then I do the quick little call for action, right?
So we stop
give them one
that,
action.
and so then call to action is the second video that we do.
And then we'll do like 5 minutes of us talking about our topic. So let's say we just did a Southern Colorado Springs video. We did 5 minutes of Kaylee and I talking over each other. And then we will go across the city and maybe just stand in front of a house. I've done it before. If I by myself, get my tripod out, and just kind of talk or people, it doesn't have to look great. And then we kind of upload all the pieces into a Google Drive and share them with our editor.
So we don't do a million little pieces because when you work with that virtual assistant, you want to be able to be pretty specific on the flow of your video. And, if you see it in segments, like picture it in your mind. And if you think, well, I'm going to show them the top 3 neighborhoods, and so I'm going to talk about each of these neighborhoods and then show them, then that's how I would break up those videos. If it's one of those pros and cons videos where you're just talking, do an 18-minute video on pros and cons. But we do always start with a snappy start segment that, what did you call it? The
call for action.
The call for action segment, and then the rest and the the body of the video,
right?
So not a million little.
We promise you it'd be 30 minutes each week if you guys want to pop in. So again, these are the titles. Just start here. Next week we're gonna pop on. Actually, we're gonna skip next week. Sorry, we lied because the spring break. We're both gonna be out. So we're gonna film or come back on live. It's probably
first week in April.
It's April already. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it won't be snowing. Let's hope. Anyway, so we'll come back on in the week after. I want to cover what that looks like to keyword your titles, what that looks like to pick the correct titles. And these are the titles you want to do, but the back end of that will show you how we do the analytics, the TubeBuddy piece of it. So we will post that live here next week for the week after if you want to join us again for that. But I did just want to kind of, give it back to Kayleen here at this point, and make sure you do join us. Thank you for joining us to go over titles. And again, next week we'll go over some of the more logistical pieces of how to tag it appropriately because you want to be seen as well, right?
So go ahead, and if you got the piece of information that you wanted today, that's fine. If you want to know more about how you can partner with us, just stay here live. So Lori and I, we help agents across the country build their YouTube channels. Then what we also do is we take that YouTube content and we also break it up into all over different platforms. I think Lori pulled up here some of our analytics. And it shows that the reach and the amount of impressions that you can create. So think of this like social media is your production company for your real estate business. And so this right here is testimony to how many people, how many impressions that we made by doing our video content. You can break down the analytics in a million different ways, but at the end of the day, we would never be physically able to reach out to over 1 million people if it wasn't for video marketing. And so I know it can be overwhelming, and, I don't know if any of you have started, if you don't know where to start, or if you, have your channel going and you just aren't getting the reach that you want. There is tips and tricks that will help you achieve what we have, that constant pipeline being filled with business. So we do help agents build their systems.
And this is the part of the the live where we're going to tell you how to partner with us directly. So
Yes.
if that's for you, great. If you're looking more of like, hey, how do I get in with these group of agents that we have all across the country and the masterminds that we have created, how do I get access to that? Then stay for this. If you are like, nope, I just wanted to come for the titles and you guys, I'll get access those in the guides and the files and I'm going to get ready to go, then that's great. Join us next week so we can show you then the next steps for that the first week in April. But this is, again, how to partner with us directly, just so we're all kind of like transparent in that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the invitation part, and just reflecting back on, the story that I had shared earlier, that third year in video marketing, we had switched over to a brokerage called EXP. People have heard of it. Some people may have not heard anything about it. And so it truly revolutionized Lori and I's business because we were able to connect and, with other people doing the same type of video marketing, and they had a vested interest in us succeeding. And so any places where we were stuck, they would come in and help us out. That's what you get when, MLM, EXP can be known as like an MLM type of real estate brokerage. But the reality is that everybody that is in your organization has a vested interest in you succeeding. And so if you're having a hard time getting those reaches or those analytics, then you have other people who partner with you and help you achieve those goals. And so when you partner with Lori and I over at EXP, we will show you step by step how to create the channel, how to break up the content, and how to put it out over social media. It's literally changed our entire real estate business. It went from being her and I the first 2 years to now having a team of 6 agents. We have had to learn to leverage our time, and that's the beauty in video marketing, is that we're making more money, we're being more successful, and it's taking us less time and money to create that. So it's literally a win-win. I think Lori was that a snapshot of
a little snapshot
our
of us,
achievements. So if you're at all interested in learning more about how to partner with us directly at EXP, go ahead. You can go ahead and text the phone number. I think the phone number that's on the screen is one of our local numbers. It's fine. It's Lori and I who actually get the phone call. You can also text 719-367-6880. Next steps would be to answer any questions you have about our brokerage. We can get on a Zoom call. We can just do a phone call and answer any questions that you may have. And then, when you partner with us over at EXP, what you get a step-by-step YouTube course, and it's valued. If we sell it outside of partnering with us at EXP, it's $6,000. So you get that for free by joining with us over at EXP. Another thing that you get is a 30-day guide to video marketing. And what that is it's a calendar, literally, and it shows you for 30 days what you should be filming, what you're, after you film, upload it to this Google Drive. After that, you send it over to this virtual assistant. It literally takes what we're doing, breaks it down into 30 days, and it'll teach you very logistically how to do this.
Yeah, and I will say that we did do the 30 days here on the group. And then we just wanted to see the metrics and the analytics behind that, and the success that you guys had who stuck with it for those 30 days, changed their business, and it just got them that reach, and they started getting reach out just in that 30 days. After doing that, we will do some 7-day hard challenges here, but the 30 days we will be kind of, we'll do these lives. We'll kind of go over the back end of some of it as we go through our Facebook group. But we, that 30-day video marketing challenge, you get access to that, and you get access to the next steps beyond that, and access to Kayleen and I directly as you work your way through that.
So we've also put together an exclusive for only our finest agents here at EXP. It's literally a playbook, and it's a visual, and it shows you exactly how to reach your audience that is not just Facebook, not just Instagram, but all over social media. And so you get almost $10,000 worth of, coaching and product that will help you escalate your real estate business for free by just partnering over at EXP.
It's changed our business, and I just think it's free. But I think all those are great, and if you utilize them and take advantage of them, it has changed. And most of our agents are getting 6 figures now. But the best part, I would say, is the amazing community of agents we have here. I mean,
and that truly
fabulous.
is. So I kind of wanted to come full
great.
circle with that story. Over here at EXP, it solved a couple issues. It helped us with logistics for our video marketing. It also gave us a community of agents who are doing like-minded business as us that we never got at any other brokerage before. And so having yourself surrounded by people that are doing the exact same thing that you're doing literally has changed our business, and our mentors still continue to ask us how we're doing and put things in front of us. And that's what we're here to do for anybody that sees the value in what we're doing. We've created a system that helps you duplicate what we're doing literally step by step. And so if you are interested in, and we're fun.
And we're fun.
I
will share with you guys. Kaylee doesn't like this.
Which one?
So, see, we're fun. So, and you can be anywhere in the country and come partner with us. We would love it. But I always do this to Kaylee, and she doesn't like it. But we did a live on our YouTube this morning with one of our lenders here locally, which will kind of show you how we do our lives and the back end of that too, if you guys come over. But we did a little photo shoot the other day. Look, I made them. This was I told them they were like Charlie's Angels. That's cute. And then this is the other one. Kayleen was. We have a lot of fighter jets here because
I really thought I could jump high. Still, I used to play basketball.
I was like, well, that was. I think you got like a couple inches.
But look how pretty it was just a couple days ago.
It was pretty. So, anyways. But yeah, I know we promised 30 minutes. I know we're at 11:01. I think we did really good.
Yeah. So go ahead. The phone number that is on the bottom of the screen, you can text that. You can also text 719-367-6880, and we'll figure out a time to answer any questions. We'd love to have you a part of our video marketing community over here at EXP.
Yep. And make sure to join us next week for our back-end keywords and our TubeBuddy and how we run the back end of our YouTube. So we're going to do that the first week in April. So thanks for joining, guys. Hope everyone's well. Stay warm.